Hey guys, Becky here with Design Bundles, and I'm super excited to have you join me today for another great sublimation tutorial. This time, we are going to show you how to design, print, and press your own sublimation puzzle. Alright guys, so here we are setting up the design for our puzzle, and of course I wanted to come over to the software. I'm using Silhouette Studio, but these same principles are going to apply in a lot of your other designing softwares too. So this is a sneak peek of the design that we're going to use. I'm going to group that together and let's move it off to the side. Now what I want to show you first and foremost is make sure you come over here and check out your page setup menu. So we're looking at the machine because we are just using letter size paper. It doesn't really matter, but you can come and set it to none, and that'll change your cutting mat to none, and then you can choose your media size, which like I said, I'm doing a letter size page here. Okay, if you are doing larger than letter size, that's okay. You would just modify that whatever your page size is going to be. Now, the next thing that I want to do is I'm going to draw a square. And my square can be pretty much any size initially, because I'm going to come up here to the very top. I'm going to unlock my aspect ratio, and I'm going to type in 9.75 and 7.75. Now what I'm doing here is my puzzle is actually around 9.5 by 7.5, but I always want to give myself just a little bit of border anytime I'm setting up a design. So I will center that to page, and then I'm going to go ahead and open up a file explorer. Now this is a set of clip art that I purchased from Design Bundles, of course, and this is the background that I'm going to use today. So I can drag and drop, and if I put this inside of that square that I drew, I can let go and it will naturally fill that square for me. So then the next thing I want to do, I found a really fun SVG file. I'm going to bring that over and just drop it into some of this gray area down here at the bottom. Now let's get rid of both of those and select your entire design. Make sure you get everything, and then you can enlarge it. So I want it to be not completely edge to edge, but pretty close. Let's center to page. So I think that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and group that together, because then what we want to do is create an offset. And the offset is what's going to give us the definition from the background to the text and the designs that we're using, the SVG file. So let's go with 0.07. That's usually pretty good, somewhere between 0.07, 0.05. Apply, and you notice you have all these individual pieces. So what I want to do is group those together. Come over here to my shortcut, and we will choose white, and we will change the line color to transparent. So I'm super happy with that. The only other thing I want to do, for whatever reason, I'm not real crazy about the colors here, but because this is an SVG file and not a PNG, I can ungroup, and let's go ahead and use our little dropper icon here. I'm going to select the arrow, and I want to match that to this purple over here, and then for the smile, I will match that to, I really like this blue. Okay, so I'm much happier with that. And the last thing we want to do is just make sure everything, the transparent line doesn't matter really when you're printing. That red line isn't going to show to print, but it just gives me a more visually appealing design for what I'm working with. So group all that together, and that is our finished design. So now we can go ahead and print. So let's go to our settings, and we're going to switch to landscape. There we go. So there's our design. Now, I'm assuming, because a lot of you guys do, have your printer set up to automatically mirror. If you do, then this is fine. If you don't, then you need to flip it in the software. So I can right click and flip horizontally, and then do the same thing. File, print. And there we go. So now I can print this to my printer. Let's use the 7710 today. Go to Preferences. I use Premium Presentation Paper Matte. For the quality, I use Standard. And we're good. So I'm going to hit OK. apply, and print. So now this will print over to my sublimation printer, and we will take a look at pressing this on the puzzle. Alright guys, so this is our sublimation puzzle. It is a felt puzzle. It does come usually on some type of backing to help you keep it together. So I usually leave it like that at least until I'm done pressing. This is our sublimation print. So I just want to line it up as best as I can. Now by lining it up with the print side down, I will have to flip it over, but it allows me to see. Remember, I left the little bit of edge around the outside. It allows me to see that and make sure that I've got this as center as possible. Now, you notice I already have butcher paper on the bottom. It's my butcher paper on top. And I will press this in 2 separate presses just because the puzzle is larger than my easy press. But just make sure it's centered. And you do want to use, I use medium pressure on puzzles. And we're looking at, I'm doing 400 degrees for 45 seconds. Now, I did not personally use any for this project because it's just so simple and easy. But don't forget, if you ever worry about ghosting or, you just really want to make sure that your project stays in place, I usually recommend using a repositionable adhesive spray. Some people also use a heat-safe transfer tape, or rather a heat-safe tape to tack their design down, but my favorite is the adhesive spray for most projects. All right, my 2 presses are done. And there's my puzzle, guys. Didn't the colors turn out really good? I really, really like that. Now, it does start to bow up a little bit. So what you'll do, if you just have something handy, is go ahead and put something on top that will help to hold it down as it cools. Then, of course, once it's cool, you can remove the backing if you want and go ahead and break it apart. So guys, how did you feel about our puzzle? Now, of course, I'm a real big fan of puzzles. I think they make a great beginner project, and they're pretty rewarding because this is a product that you can actually use, give as a gift. They're just really a lot of fun. And although I used some clip art today and used a little SVG, these are actually really fun if you can use some of your favorite photos, maybe even vacation photos or photos of the family. They're really, really great. Now, of course, if you guys have any questions or comments about the process that we used today, please make sure you leave those down below. I do love to hear from you guys. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way we can keep bringing you these crafty videos in the future. I really love all the support that you guys show for the videos and for the channel. And guys, I just really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart every time you stop by. It really does mean a lot to me. So I'm going to wrap it up for today. But don't forget too that we're always looking for video recommendations, anything you want to see so we can keep bringing you quality content. So thanks again, guys. We'll see you again next time.